John McConin. I'm an attorney and a broker. ForShortSales.com, SellersOptions.com, that's coming soon, UpsideDownRealEstate.com. Let's get right to it. A deed in lieu. There are a host of options. You can find out more at ForShortSales.com or UpsideDownRealEstate.com. What I'm discussing today is deed in lieu. It's a deed in lieu of foreclosure. In lieu means in place of. It's probably French for in place of. It's a... Well, what really happens is you sort of negotiate a contract, or you get a contract presented to you from the bank, hopefully drafted by a law firm. When they're cobbled together from the bank, they're sometimes garbage. That doesn't happen often. Normally it comes, at least for California deeds in lieu, from a law firm, really good work, well written. And in the instrument, you hope to see the release from the remaining loan balance. There is a presumption in California case law that deed in lieu does release the remaining loan balance, but nevertheless, because it's a presumption, be my advice that to tell sellers, and it always has been my advice, make sure you get that in writing. Some tricks that you might see from a bank is sometimes the banks reserve the right to foreclose anyway, and in that case, the point of the deed in lieu may be defeated, and I would want that negotiated out. And we took care of it once by offering to pay for the mortgage, for the title insurance, and they're like, "Oh no, you don't have to do that." And they took it out. But the point is, you can. There are issues that banks will write into these things. You want to make sure they're missing. You want to take them out, because the point is, here's the house. Now, I want to be done with my mortgage, the HOAs, and the taxes. And the banks are very capable of writing perfectly well-written, far better than a short sale approval release. They probably have copies of them. They have law firms that do it. And they can do it. So that's what you shoot for once you get them to accept, which is really the difficult part here. They much prefer, because of cash concerns for their investors, and it's mostly investors who own these loans in reality, and the banks are just fronting as servicers for probably more than half, probably more than 2/3 of these loans. And that's where the issues are. They don't have a lot of money to play with, and if there's two loans, it becomes difficult to get them to take a deed in lieu, because they'll have to pay off the second. And frequently, even when there's just one loan, the bank would prefer that you do a short sale, believe it or not, or over a deed in lieu, because with a short sale, they get the cash back. With a deed in lieu, they have to carry the property, worry about taxes and all these other things, and then find a realtor to sell them. Does that mean you shouldn't try a deed in lieu? No. If you can show an exigent circumstance, you can get a deed in lieu done. If you've got a little bit of time and you got two loans, you can also get them done. It's tough negotiating. Like, for instance, because we also do short sales at my firm, as a law firm, we can agree to do the deed in lieu for you, and request a fee that's negotiable, but it's going to be between $1,500, maybe $1,000 if it's one loan, and $2,000 or $2,500. And if that works, great. And that depends on whether there's one loan or two. And if it doesn't, then we'll go into the short sale. And if the short sale works, we'll refund some or all of that legal fee that you paid. And why is that? Because a lot of the deed in lieu and a lot of the short sale work are similar. That package that you put together is very similar with respect to the borrower's package. Sometimes it's identical. A short sale, you also have to put together an offer and information about the buyer. And how you can sometimes get to those stages is if you can leverage, you can get them to agree to the short sale again if you've got exigent circumstances, or you've gone in, maybe you're trying to repair your credit, but you've disputed the deed, you send out a RESPA request, and you get them in a negotiating mode, and maybe they'll take a deed in lieu for you. It's not easy. The much easier way is to have an exigent circumstance, such as moving might work sometimes. I don't want to be morbid, but when people are sick or dying, when the neighborhood's falling apart, because you can then show, as they talk, the bank's there to preserve their equity in the property, and one of the exigent circumstances can be that if you can show them that if they don't take it back now, the property is going to be worth less soon, that'll usually get the bank motivated. There are other exigent circumstances. Maybe we can discuss them, leave some comments, ask if I think they are, and I'll tell you how I'd frame them. We can begin a discussion that way on the website at ForShortSales.com. Thanks, John McConnin for shortsales.com, sellersoptions.com, that's coming, and upsidedownrealestate.com.